Well, we've been out AFC Wimbledon manager Johnnie Jackson. Johnny, you've said that obviously learning all the time in the job as a manager. How tough has it been recently though? Just give us an insight into that, and do you feel that in the long run it's an experience that could actually make you stronger?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a tough run for various reasons. Obviously results haven't gone our way, but obviously there's been a lot of factors that have played a part in that, with the injuries, people missing, and obviously the window in January, losing players there and stuff like that. It's made it a really difficult second half of the season, but what we have done is learnt a lot about how we need to do things in the future, how we want to shape it. Learnt a lot about the players, learnt a lot about myself and my staff as coaches, and when we come up against these challenges in the future, through these difficult moments have to come lessons, and when we face them again, we'll be better prepared to deal with situations better. After
last week in Rochdale, I mean, obviously you won't go into specifics, but do some players kind of need the arm round the shoulder, some the kick up the backside, or have you got your own methods into how we get to finish as high as possible in the table?
Yeah, I mean, every individual is different and responds differently to different stimulus. Some people like to be criticised publicly, some prefer that in private, and sometimes you just got to go with your gut and speak from the heart. So we've done all different ways of trying to get motivational out of the players, but ultimately it has to come from within. Every player, when they step on that pitch, needs to be prepared to do exactly what it takes to put in the absolute maximum performance. And we always focus on trying to give your absolute most and the performance element, because we feel if we're doing that, the results will come. Obviously we all want to win and stuff like that, but it's sometimes you can't just be defined by the win and the loss. It's what did the performance look like, and are you giving absolutely everything to sort of hone your skills really and master your craft. So that's what we focus on. The Rochdale game, like you said, was a disappointing result, and did enough of the boys produce their best on the day? No, but on another day we still going to win that game comfortably. Had 15 shots on goal to their 2. So even in a below par performance for me, we should be walking off that game with something from it, and we've said that a lot this season. So that we need to be better in those moments and turn our dominance in certain games, certain situations into a dominant scoreline, which we haven't done enough. So like I say again, always lessons that we're learning, and we always move on as a squad. We always talk about what we've done well, what we can do better, and try and bring that into the next game, and that game's no different.
Which managers and coaches during your time as a player have you been able to kind of draw strength from in these difficult times to sort of get you through?
Yeah, I always said you take a little bit from all the ones you played for, good and bad, but I look at the likes of, I always sort of go back to Chris Powell, who was the one who managed to get the best out of me as a player, and that was really how he treated me as a man really, and the confidence that he gave me in my game helped elevate my game to another level. So sort of Powley's always the one that I hark back to, just because I felt like he was the manager that got the most out of me as a player, and obviously I try and take a lot of the elements that I learned from him into my management.
That's interesting to hear. Team news for the game against Harrogate. Since we played Rochdale, anybody else been ruled out, or anybody back into contention now?
We've had so many, I get confused with who's where and what, but no, like the boys who was involved in that, they came through. Obviously Brownie and DJ were used as substitutes. Just it was their first, they'd only just returned to training in the previous few days, and like I spoke about after the game with Ali, he was still nursing something from the Tuesday Walsall game where he got the whack and had to come off. So we couldn't use Ali from the start, but obviously that's improved since then. So all those boys come into contention for a start, and all the other lads came through the game fine. So we've got, apart from the longer term ones that are missing, all those boys came through fine.
Chris Gunter travelling with you as well?
Gunson's in the travelling squad, yeah.
Harry Pell, good to see him out there doing a little bit of ball work with Chris McConnell, so maybe before the end of the season?
I'd like to think so, with all these lads. Pelly's out on the grass now. Big blow losing him. Sometimes I think once they've been out a while, you sort of forget. You forget about these lads and how many sort of seniors and experienced ones that we've had missing, and how difficult that's made this run that we've been on. I think these boys would have made a big difference to us. And Pelly's back out running. Hopefully we see him before the end of the season, but it'll be touch and go for that. I see Alex Pearce as well doing sort of first steps to outside on recovery, and again another one. So when you bring these lads up, it's a reminder of what we've been missing. But yeah, hopefully we can get these boys back before the end of the season and see them in action. I think the important thing being that we send them away for the summer with a clean bill of health, so we know that day one of pre-season we're returning, with a squad ready to start training, and we're not carrying injuries and knocks like obviously we've had to do in this second half of the season. You've
got a young family. So many of these young players have got families as well. What kind of an Easter do you get, or is it just you've got 2 games? How do you fit the training in around that?
Well, it's hectic, isn't it? Obviously we're on the road today, play Friday, and then it's a really quick turnaround to Monday. So we'll be in training over the weekend. We'll probably try and get in a bit earlier, maybe one of the days, so the lads can get off and see their family. And I'm big on that. It's important to get the right work in, the right recovery, but it's also important to recognise that these lads are, like you say, they've got families. A lot of them have got kids, and it's an important time of the year to be with your family too. So we'll find the right juggling act. My focus will naturally be on the games and the work and stuff like that. We'll just find the right recovery protocols after the Harrogate game tomorrow, so that we're approaching Salford as fresh as we can.
Finally, we run out of superlatives for our fan base. They're going to travel in good numbers again. What can you say? Because the support is going to be tremendous again.
Yeah, I heard that we sold out our allocation up there, which is incredible, really. On Good Friday, that we're taking that kind of support is fantastic. Especially, obviously, we've not been on the greatest run, so to still have that support is magnificent. I can't thank them enough, and it's important that we make the players aware of the lengths that people will go into to come and support, and all we want to do is try and reflect that on the football pitch, and hopefully that's with a win. But the important thing is it's got to be a performance that replicates what the supporters are putting themselves out there for.
Absolutely, Johnny. Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers, man.